Just in front of you, you can see Rue Louis Besquel, which was created in 1902 by the architect Georges Malo on a part of what was once the old Petit Parc within the context of the housing estate he created here. Like many of his professional contemporaries, he was at once master builder and real estate developer. In fact, he'd even set up his first office in this very neighbourhood. Patrick Urbain, director of the Val-de-Marne CAUE, comments.
This district appears homogeneous as the various elements were all built at about the same time from around 1900 to 1910. So at that time the style was the same. On the other hand, there certainly was also a homogeneous aspect on the financial level, as well as it's a street that was created as a whole, all at once, by the architect Georges Malo, who was also a real estate developer and who divided up the street pretty much according to the respective opportunities each client proposed. If they needed a large parcel or a large building, they took a large parcel. And if they were building a family house, they took a small parcel.
Please observe the entryway to this street. The two corner buildings were created by Malo, one 10 years later than the other.
As far as the buildings are concerned, they are, above all, what is known as rapport buildings, which means they were designed to earn money for the landowner or real estate developer. As such, it was certainly living space designed for the middle-level bourgeoisie.
Their height is reinforced by the way the crowning and roofing was done. You may notice a range of either sophisticated Gothic-inspired decoration, such as the pinnacles located over the roof openings, or of Baroque inspiration, like the balusters on the balconies of the first floor. Now walk down Rue Louis Besquel until you get to number 28. This is yet another building created by Georges Malo. Dating back to 1904, it's certainly the most spectacular residence on the street. It stands out due to its eclectic decoration borrowed from a number of artistic styles.
Number 28 is interesting because it's a curious combination of styles, the most visible being, of course, those large stones done in a rustic tradition, standing out in relief. It's especially in Italy that they're used this way. More generally, though, they're used to support a lintel or the base of a building. Here, however, they're placed sort of arbitrarily, in any old way, or almost, and serve no particular purpose, except perhaps to add a heavier aspect to the building. It was a moment in history where a real complicity, you could say a sort of cultural symbiosis, existed between the architect and the property owner. And the architect genuinely strived to create according to the desire of the property owner. So he mixed some of his own style and inspirations, and at the same time he incorporated the vision he imagined the property owner had of his future house. What is really unique about this period is that brick is celebrated as an aesthetic building material, and yet it is not normally considered as a normal material. On the contrary, it's used to build ordinary workers' homes.
Do you see how the architect plays with proportions and with materials? The raw and rustic aspect of the stones contrasts with the meticulously refined workmanship of the wrought iron. Now look at the top of the street facade just under the roof. You can see a sort of imposing rounded cornice called a cornice en doucine. Finally, take a look at the lateral facade, at the balcony looking out over the courtyard.
And then there is this strange balcony on the gable. How can I describe this? Well, in rather technical language, I would say it's a sort of bow window with a column featuring bulging sculpture work at its base. Now, that's got to be the architect having good fun, because I've never seen anything like that anywhere else.
While strolling down this street, take time to admire the variety of architectural styles of the other villas. Finally, at the end of the street, turn left onto Rue du Donjon. and stop at the first intersection to listen to commentary number 8.